Hello everyone, my name is Austin, and hey, today I want to tell you all the secrets, all the tips that I know about how to build and how to grow a guild in E7. Because I've been running a guild for about 4 months now. We're hitting 5 months pretty soon, you know. This is the end of June, and you know, as soon as July hits, it'll be our 5th month as a guild. And honestly, I think the guild that I have built has grown awesomely. It has grown fucking awesome. But I feel like there are some tips, right, that like I must share with everyone else who wants to consider being a guild leader. So, here we go. So, first off, you want to build a guild, you gotta have the gold. So, I think it's like 300,000, right? It's like 300,000, or like 100,000. I'm not too sure. It's in the 100,000s, which isn't too much. So you set up the guild, obviously. You set it all up, right? You set it all up. Now here comes the hard part, right? Now here comes the hard part. The hard part is, how are you gonna get people? How are you gonna get people? How are you gonna get them to show up? And how are you gonna get active, loyal members? Here's how I did it, right? Here's how I did it. Yeah, here's how I did it. So essentially, what I've done is, when I first made this guild, I went over to this invite tab, and you just search up random ass names, right? For example, you search up people with the name CU in their name, and then you just invite every single person on this list, right? Or you invite people with I don't know. Or you invite people with like VI or something, you know what I mean? Just I don't know. Just invite as much random ass people, right? Invite as many people as you can through this invite button, and just form a club. Yeah, form a little alliance, right? Form a little alliance. Now, if you have friends already, right? If you have friends already, get them to join your guild, right? Get them to join your guild, and obviously have your friends, and you know, have you and your friends invite as many random people as you can. For me, I had like one or two like close friends that I built the guild with, but unfortunately they left. But regardless, a lot of my close people in my guild, they were people that I invited, right? A lot of the people that are on this list are people that I have invited from this invite button. Yeah, from this invite button. Another method that I've been told that, like, you know, is a good way of getting guild members is through the channels. So for example, over here, if you go to like channel 2, for example, there's always going to be someone talking in here, and you could ask, right? Like there's a guy over here, Solus Gemini. He's, you know, you could like invite people here too. I have personally never found this to be helpful though, in terms of like recruiting people for your guild, because people will just usually ignore you, or they'll make fun of you, and there's just like there's just no point in doing that shit. But yeah, that is another method, right? That is another method. Although personally, I still prefer this method, because you're basically, you know, because when you're creating a guild, right? When you're creating a guild in 2023 in Epic 7, you're not going to be getting the top class. You're not going to be getting top class players that are looking for a guild. You're not, right? You're not. You're simply not getting top class. You know, you're not getting the top of the line players looking for better guilds. That's just not happening, right? That's just not happening. So you have to be picking from like the second rate players, the casuals, and you have to be willing. You know, you have to be willing to convince them to be more active, right? You have to be getting returning players, newbies. You have to get them all invested in your guild, and you have to show them that you are willing to be their guild leader, and you're willing to lead them to greatness. you obviously promise them a casual, fun experience. And hey, if you ever want to go bigger, then you gotta make it rewarding for casual players to join, right? But yeah, this has been my method of inviting people, and it's worked out for me so far, right? I know people talk about like, oh, going to the channels or going to the what? I know, yeah. Speaking of another way of inviting people, posting it on social media helps a lot too. Although personally, I'm not a huge fan of this either because, well, as you can see, there's a shit ton of fucking people looking for members here. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's a good way of getting people as well. It is a good way, definitely. It is a good way of getting people, but you have to really make yourself stand out, right? You have to make yourself really, really stand out, and that's something that can be really, really hard to do. So E7 Discord is another way of getting members for your guild, right? And like obviously the other social medias like Reddit. I wouldn't recommend Twitter. You can go to Stove, E7 Zone social forum or some shit, because like the the guild recruitment board. The guild recruitment board is another way for you to like invite. Although I don't think anybody's gonna see this shit. I highly doubt it would work, but this is another way of doing it too. And you could advertise your guild for 50 honor coins, I think. Yeah, these are called honor coins. Yeah, gold to honor coins. I wouldn't really recommend that though, unless you're like super rich. Unless you're like super duper rich, but so yeah, there are like a lot of ways to I guess, you know, recruit people, right? To recruit people. And personally, I just say, hey, just invite random people and hope that you get the most amount of chemistry, right? Hopefully you get the most amount of chemistry. Right? You get the most amount of chemistry. Okay. So we talked about recruiting people. So, what are the best tips? What are the best tips for, you know, having active members? What is the best tip? Well, first, you know, assuming that random people are joining, right? You're getting a lot of casual players in. You have to keep your goals small in the beginning, right? You have to keep your goals small in the beginning. For example, I know this is like pristine shit where like, oh look, 8 minutes, 33 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hour, like this is some pristine shit, right? This is like the definition of, oh, pretty active. Yeah, it's pretty active. A lot of players are constantly playing in my guild, which is pretty nice. This is like top tier. I don't want to jerk myself off here. I really don't. But I built a pretty strong community. I feel like. So I just wanted to share some tips with that. But anyway, you should be lenient, right? You should be lenient with people, right? In the beginning, right? You should be lenient with people in the beginning, and you should be willing to, you know, let things slide, right? Let things slide. So, for example, right? Oh, if they haven't logged in for a day, okay, fair enough. If they haven't logged in for 2 days, fair enough. If they haven't logged in for 3 days, okay, now you have to kick them out. Because if you let them go past 3 days, they're never coming back anyway. They've already quit the game. So you might as well just kick them out. You kick them out, right? You're kicking them out. I'm sorry, like it's not happening, right? It's not happening. They're never coming back, right? And remember, right? Remember, if like you shouldn't worry about like people, right? You shouldn't worry about losing a person, or you know, you shouldn't be worried about that. You should, because like what is it? Because what's the correct term for it? People, like the members in your stage, right? The members at this stage of your guild, they're kind of like temporary. So don't feel like they're valuable, right? Don't feel that they're valuable. And if they disobey your rules, just get some more people. Get some more people, yeah? Now I know I sounded harsh there, right? I sounded harsh. But remember, right? Remember, the people that you're inviting, they're casuals. They don't respect you either, right? Like, they don't respect you as a guild leader. They're just there, right? They're just there to join a guild just to get the guild benefits, right? Because the people you're going to be inviting are going to be casuals. Because, like I said, the top of the line, the best of the line, the best guild mates, or you know what I mean? They're like the best players. They're already in a guild, right? They're already in a guild, and if they're not in a guild, they're not going to be joining a level 1 guild. So your primary your primary target is going to be casuals, and casuals will not respect you as a guild leader. So don't bother with respecting them, right? So if they don't log in for 3 days, kick them out. If they don't donate a lot, kick them out. If they don't do their tax, you can be a little lenient on that because you're level 1 and you can't even do Guild War anyway. So be a little lenient on Guild War tax as your guild continues on. As it continues on, then you should be a little bit more critical and hey, do your Guild War tax now. But if you don't do your Guild War, or if you're a super casual guild, then hey, you don't have to do your Guild War tax. But in my case, my guild, we like to do Guild War attacks because it's fun and it's fun Guild War content, right? Fun guild content. But hey, if your guild is casual and you guys don't care about Guild War, then fair enough. As long as they donate, as long as they log in on time, or not log in on time, but as long as they log in consistently, there's no time requirement. Don't worry about it. You want to go? No, don't worry about it. As long as they log in consistently, then you will have a pretty strong guild. You will have a strong guild. Yeah. You will definitely face a lot of problems. Definitely. Like for example, let's say you want to make your guild super active, right? And super talkative. You're not gonna find people that they're not gonna join you right away. They're not gonna join you right away because they're scared, right? Or they're an introvert. Because hey, we're all playing a gotcha game. Right? We're all playing a silly Billy gotcha game. We're playing a gotcha game. Most players are introverts. Right? So they're not going to be active, or they're not going to be active with you. Or some of them will be active, but a lot of them will just be super casual, and a lot of them will not speak to you a lot of times. But just talk, just be talk in chat, or talk in your Discord, right? Talk in your Discord. It's just talk in your Discord and talk in your chat. You know what I mean? And just give announcements, this and that, and open yourself up to your guild members, right? Open up yourself to the guild members, and if you open yourself up and you show your vulnerable side, yeah, you know what? Hey, I'm not scary. I'm just a new guy. I want to lead a guild, and hey, thanks for stopping by. I'm so glad that you're here. And you welcome them. You welcome every single new member, and you punish every single member that doesn't listen. But you welcome every single new member regardless, right? Regardless if they're casual or whether they're hardcore or not. And you treat them with respect. As long as they treat you with respect, right? As long as they respect you, you treat them with respect. But always start a conversation with a guildie with respect first, right? Always be polite first. If they disrespect you, then, boot them out. You know what I mean? Boot them out. Because, like I said, you're inviting casuals in the beginning, right? You're inviting casuals. You know what I mean? You're inviting casuals. So, stick with that, all right? So, if they disrespect you, you kick them out. That's just how it is, right? That's just how it is. Don't worry, I sound like a fucking tyrant, but I'm actually not a tyrant. Maybe in the beginning I was, but honestly, I don't know. It's been about a couple months, so I think I've calmed down a little bit. Okay, so let's say that you've evolved, right? Let's say your guild has evolved, and okay, you got some members now, but you want to become even more connected. You want to become even more active. Okay, let's say everyone's talking too much in chat, right? Everyone's talking too much in guild channel, right? Everyone's talking too much in guild chat. So you wanna be active. So you wanna be closely knit. even further, right? You want to get to know your guildmates even further. You want to have a closer bond with your guildmates. You have to set up a Discord. All right, set up a Discord, and if you really want to start like connecting with your boys or with your gals or whatever, girls guild, boys guild, I don't really care. I'm not gonna discriminate. You build a Discord, right? You build Discord, and you have everyone talking in Discord. Like what? How do you set up a Discord? Oh, you go into here, you add a server. I think you make a server, right? You create a server with this shit, and you just get people to join, and all these stuff. You can add them as you go along, right? You add guild chat first, you add announcements, guild war if you like guild war, and you slowly add all this crap, right? All this crap, you know what I mean? As soon as like your guild size is pretty big, okay, you know what? You can add all the funny channels, but just if you really want to connect with your guild members, then like just hop on over to Discord, hop on over, and just really connect with them, right? Really connect with them. I've met a lot of good guildmates. Yeah, I've met a lot of good guildmates through Discord, right? I met them here. In the game, and we move our conversations to Discord, and now some of us are pretty close. A lot of my Vice leaders I'm very close with. Kuzan, Biscuit, Cry. We're very close. You know what I mean? Very close because I met them randomly. But I met them randomly, but hey, we just became good friends after just talking for a while, and you know what? I made some good online friends from doing this, and now they're my vice captains. And speaking of vice captains, how do you pick your vice captains, right? Let's say that you don't have friends. I mean, most of us are playing this game, right? We're playing an anime gacha game, Well, most of us aren't gonna have that many friends. Or if any. So how do you invite people? How do you pick your vice captains? Well, it really depends on their personalities, right? But generally, the rule of thumb for picking vice leaders, right? The general rule of thumb is pick people that are talkative, definitely. Pick people that know what they're doing. And also pick people that you disagree with, right? If you have somebody in the guild, right? That that your takes, you're like, okay, you know what? This guy, I hate this guy's opinions. Make him vice captain, because you need to have people, right? You need to have people that you need to have people that like argue with your ideas, because sometimes, like, you know what I mean, because like what I've told you in the beginning, right? Like all this like stuff, right? It comes off like being a tyrant, because you have to be a tyrant in the beginning, right? Because you have to get things done. You have to like cycle people. You have to invite as many people as you can, and you have to kick as many people as you kick as many people as you can as well. Like you're a tyrant, like in the beginning, right? When you first become a guild leader. Like everyone's a tyrant. You know what I mean? Everyone's a tyrant. Everyone's a dictator whenever they're a guild leader. When they first become a guild leader, right? Everyone does it. So you need to have people that like disagree with you, that you like, right? Okay, so this guy is a respectable guy, right? He's a respectable guy. I don't like his opinions, but he's a valuable member. Then you have to add him. You have to make him your vice leader, because his opinions. Well, because he's a good guy, right? He's a good guy to, consider his. He's a good guy to like consider opinions with, right? Because obviously, later on, right, when you're growing your guild, you want to stop becoming a tyrant. So it's always important to have different opinions. It's always important to have different ideologies, different beliefs in how to run a guild. And if you pick those people, you'll become less of a tyrant, and you'll become more of a respected guild leader who listens and fucking listens to your vice leaders, and you fucking implement their changes. And hey, If you really, 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 really disagree with the idea, just don't do it. Don't do the suggestions. But overall, having vice leaders that you can sometimes disagree with is a good way of having your guild to be healthy and balanced and overall really, really good, really, really positive, right? I mean, in a sense, you kind of want to make your guild a democracy, right? Because before, hey, when you start out the guild, you have to be a dictator in order to gain a stranglehold on your guild. But as your guild grows, you lessen that stranglehold, and you build a democracy. You build a democracy, right? You build a democracy. That's how you do it. That's how you do shit. And yeah, that's essentially the basics on how to run a guild. There are some other nitpicks that I've learned as a guild leader, right? I've learned as a guild leader that helps a lot too. Someone with high weekly, right? Someone with high weekly assistance, they'll say like that's someone who's active, right? That's someone who's active. Yeah, there's someone who's active, right? Someone who's active. That's a sign. That's a sign. If they are in Challenger 5 or above, they're casual active, they're semi-active, yeah? Or no, Challenger. If they're Challenger, they're semi-active. But if they're Champion and above, then they're pretty active, right? Always make sure to check their supporters. If they have a lot of awakened units and they're level 60, except for this Angelica, all these units are level 60, fully awakened and maxed. If they have high quality supports, they're usually pretty active, right? Casual players you'll meet, you know what I mean? Just somebody with a funny name. Okay, well this guy's this guy's like a semi-active guy over here because he has good support. So he's messed with his profile card. That's another thing too. If they mess with their guild profiles and stuff, right? Then they're pretty active, right? They're pretty active. If they don't mess with their profile, then chances are they're not active, right? Like if they change their guild greeting, if they leave it on default, if they leave their what is it? They leave their guild profile untouched, right? If they don't touch their profile at all, they say hello, hope you have a great day, and they don't mess with their profile card, they're not active. And also, you don't pick those people because they don't have personalities, right? You can't really gauge their personality as a player. But if you you find some quirky players through the random invite button, and they have quirky profiles and they're pretty wacky, and they have strong supports, then chances are they're a pretty good candidate, right? They're a pretty good candidate to your guild, and they'll help make your guild stronger. That's always been my philosophy, right? That's always been my philosophy for inviting every single person that is in this guild, right? That's always been my philosophy, right? What is it? Like you gotta have a quirky profile, because a quirky profile shows me that you have personality and that you're pretty active, because you're gonna care enough to present yourself in a new light. So yeah, mess with your profiles, right? That goes for guild members who want to be recruited by top guilds. Mess with your profile a bit and show people how unique you are. And if a guild member or if a guild leader like me shows up and sees your profile and they think, wow, this fucker over here, he's got a unique profile, and he's probably a unique guy. So you know what? They'll invite you, right? And same thing with guild leaders. Pick people with quirky with quirky profiles, because people with quirky profiles tend to usually be pretty quirky themselves. And you like quirky people, because quirky people tend to be active people as well, yeah. Yeah, just obviously, set a weekly, have a certain amount, preferably, you know what I mean? preferably let everyone ask for mana drakes, right? Mana drakes. That's a sign of like activity. Don't ask for anything else, right? Don't ask for anything else. If somebody asks for like catalysts and shit, they're probably usually casual, but active players, they'll usually ask for mana drakes. So keep as many mana drake people as you can, right? Keep as many of those people around because they understand what you're going for, right? They understand what you're going for. So have a statement, say, oh, only ask for mana drakes, because if everyone is, if most people are asking for mana drakes, then your guild's pretty healthy, right? It's pretty healthy. If people are asking for different catalysts, yeah, it's either your guild's super casual or no one's giving a fuck about you. Yeah, no one's giving a fuck about you. Oh yeah, one last thing. Keep your OGs, right? Keep your OGs. I've talked about being a tyrant, like, in the early stages of your guild, right? I talked about being a tyrant in the early stages of your guild. Keep the OGs around. You gotta keep the OGs around, right? Like, for example, assistants, right? You gotta keep this guy around because he's an OG. Kuzan, OG. Biscuit, OG. Spicy Tacos is becoming an OG soon. But AKA, essentially, keep people that are loyal to you for a long time close, right? So, there are members that come in and you're not really close with them. So be nice to them, be friendly to them, but don't stay too attached to them. But the longer you've known a guild member, treat them with a lot of respect, let things go, turn a blind eye for a lot of things, because they've been there with you since the beginning, or they've been with you for a very long time. So, treat them with more respect. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, but this has been Austin, doing guild leader shit. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for stopping by. Hopefully I don't sound too crazy in this video, talking about being a tyrant and all, but I mean, that's how I'm able to grow my guild, right? Being a tyrant and slowly calming down and turning the guild from a dictatorship to a democracy. You know what I mean? That's how you run a guild. That's how you run a proper active guild. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!